Welcome to another edition of the That's My Sports podcast. It's the three of us this time. Rayshawn above me to the upper right, Aaron Cass to the upper left. Guys, reunion. I know I haven't been on this version of the show in a while. How are you guys doing?
Feeling good. This is good to have this moment. It's always good. We could talk all things NFL. So I'm glad to have the band back together, and I'm glad to do this. So let's get to it.
And y'all know what city I live in, right? Y'all know what city I live in.
ATL.
Exactly. So let's talk about ATL. Let's talk about Kirk Kirk Cousins, going to the Atlanta Falcons. 4 years, $180 million, $100 million guaranteed. My first impressions off the bat, I'm just going to say the torn Achilles. I'm not completely sold because of the torn Achilles off a 36-year-old quarterback. How you guys think?
Well, I mean, we saw Aaron Rodgers, and he's older, so apparently Raheem Morris believes in him. If he's giving him $180 million, I mean, Kirk Cousins is the definition of what you always say, check stealer. So that, I don't know. I figured Justin Fields was way better. He's a statue in Kennesaw, Georgia. We've said it a million times. He would have been a lot better for this group, but maybe this brings Justin Jefferson over to the ATL because he was going to follow him.
Nah.
You don't want him?
Well, Viking? No. It's not that. Well, I'm not even a Falcons fan, but it's not that. Vikings are not letting him go. They will hold him hostage before they trade him somewhere else. They're not letting him go.
Yeah. I mean, you can only franchise tag. I think either up to 2 times. I think. So I mean, obviously,
for Kirk's case, it was 3 in Washington, right?
Oh yeah. Right. Oh yeah. So yeah. So they have to they obviously have to wrap him up before it gets to that point, meaning with Justin Jefferson. But listen, shout out to the agent, because the fact that his agent got him the first fully guaranteed quarterback deal in history, a few years back when he got the 3 years, 84 guaranteed. So now to get 4 years, 180, 100 of that guaranteed. I don't know how much he gets a year in one, but to get 45 a year essentially is wild. But once again, it speaks to how important that position is. But man, I agree with you, Aaron. I would have thought about maybe bringing Fields back, but they thought Kirk Cousins was the answer. So, but also again, shout out to the agent. The agent, he's the best in the game.
So I could read to you the base salary. I'm getting this from Sport Track. So for the 2024 season, he's going to have a base salary of $12.5 million with a $12.5 million signing bonus. So a $25 million cap hit. So 2025, he'll have a $40 million cap hit. 25.5 base salary, 12.5 million signing bonus. 2026 is age 38 season. You will have a 35 million base salary, 12.5 million signing bonus with a 57.5 million cap hit with a potential out for 2027 if things don't go well. But if things do go well, if they want to give him another year, he has a 35 million base salary for 2027, 12.5 million signing bonus as well with a 57.5 million cap hit. That's a lot of bread.
Sheesh. Yeah. I mean, once again, that is crazy. I mean, I guess he gave some cap relief in year one, but that's wild. It's wild to me. But hey, once again, you get what you negotiate, and they negotiated that deal. So more power to them. So get the girls ready.
There you go. Get the girls ready. Those nice girls.
Yeah, but see, that's the difference between Atlanta. Like you see that nice man in the back getting the girls for Kirk Cousins. You definitely ain't gonna see a person like that in Atlanta giving the girls for Kirk Cousins.
Well, no, he'll probably go to Paul Wall's guy.
Oh yeah,
Wait, Paul Wall get girls in Atlanta?
Well, I know. Well, the guy Johnny, but I think he's from Houston. though. That guy's from Houston. He's not. From
Because Paul Wall's a Houston rapper. So, well, I'm about to say, like, he's probably gonna look like more like me or you, Rayshawn. Probably with a little bit more tattoos. As long dreads as yours. Definitely longer than mine. And
fly.
I'm not sure if he's gonna have a certification, but he's gonna know how to do it. He's gonna know how to do them.
Right. Oh my God, that's it. We're gonna see. I can't wait. It's gonna be lit.
Yeah. So while we're on this situation of quarterbacks, let's talk about the other major quarterback that got signed, Russell Wilson. So Russell Wilson got signed to the Pittsburgh Steelers. How's everyone feeling about that?
Love that move. I thought that we're both Patriots fans. I thought that we may have taken a flyer on him for a year or two, but
thank God we didn't.
Yeah, I mean, but he was, all things considered, he wasn't terrible last season. Once again, he didn't give up 70 points. I felt that he had a bounce back season from what he did 2 years ago under Nathaniel Hackett. So, I think that's Pittsburgh's a perfect spot for him, and I think that Kenny Pickett's going to get a chance to learn from him. And I know they did trade Deontay Johnson, so we'll talk about that when we talk about wide receivers. But yeah, I think that that's the right coach for him to build back up where he was to be with Tomlin. So I like the move for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he's getting paid $1.2 million. So
exactly.
The Broncos are paying him $39 million. So that's
yep.
That's why he could take that money, because it's just like at the end of the day, I'm still getting my paper from Denver. So like, hey, I could just take this minimum contract. Steelers could potentially get a serviceable quarterback at the very least. And who knows? I don't think he's ever going to, but let's say if he goes back to Seattle, Russell Wilson for the Pittsburgh Steelers, that is an ultimate bargain for Pittsburgh on that team.
Yeah. I mean, let's say at $1.2 million is worth the risk.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Kenny Pickett is not the guy. I think, some people were hoping that he'd be the guy, but he's not. It definitely ain't Mason Rudolph, obviously. So yeah, I mean, why not? Why not? And I'm sure they'll draft the guy too.
So what do you think his catchphrase going to be? That's my biggest question of this signing. What's his catchphrase going to be?
I'll probably just say like Steel City or something. Like something stupid, like generic.
Yes,
Steel City. Whip out your towels.
Yes,
it's gonna be a catchphrase.
Yes, it's gonna be basic. Yeah, so
get your towels warm. Keep your towels terrible. Some corny shit like that.
Steel City, ain't nothing terrible about us.
Oh God, I mean they're gonna be terrible without Deontay Johnson, but that's another topic for discussion. But speaking of quarterbacks, though, I mean, you guys happy that Jacoby Brissett has finally returned home?
Yep.
Just for that bridge year? Does that pretty much qualify Jaden Daniels or Drake May at number 3?
But wait a second. You know what? I did say thank God we didn't get Russell Wilson, but we could have just got him for 1 year, $1.2 million.
Right.
Called it a day. Drafted a quarterback under him.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. You gave $8 million to Jacoby when you could have gave $1 million to Russ. I don't know. To me, like that, it's once again money wise, it just financially, since they always want to be financially, flexible, it would have made sense. But no, Jacoby coming back, I think he still has a decent arm. Best case scenario, he becomes what Geno did a few years ago. That would be best case scenario. But they still have some work to do. But I mean, I like him coming back as the bridge. And I personally, I've been on a Drake May hype train. I want him here. But if they do get Daniels or if they get McCarthy or somebody in the second round, like I'm not gonna be upset that I'm gonna root for whoever is there because I want them to do well, because I want the team to do well. But Drake May to me is the guy, and then everything else can follow after.
Nah, I got Jaden Daniels on that.
Daniels, okay.
To me, it's Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May.
Yeah, I mean, either way, those guys are the top 3. It's just a matter of obviously situations matter. I wouldn't be surprised if Washington drafted Daniels at 2. That's I just see them jumping and make that leap to get him at 2. So we'll see.
Yeah, I like the signing of Jacoby Brissett. I mean, get a familiar face, and honestly, he was doing pretty well for the Cleveland Browns before he got hurt, and then Flacco took over.
Right.
I mean, both of them were outperforming Deshaun Watson. So I think he's good. Right. I think he's solid enough. Like if he wants to, let's say we get Jaden Daniels or Drake May. You know what? I'm on the train of I don't mind if they sit for a year. We could suck some more, get another top pick, get some help. And they can have a full year under the playbook. It worked for Patrick Mahomes. It worked for Jordan Love. Like, I don't mind doing that. I'd rather do that than throw a rookie to the fire.
Well, I mean,
that's not going to fly, though, in New England. Guys can't lose again. Have another bad season.
Yeah, but
I personally don't care as long as we got.
Well, yeah, because you're down south, you don't have to worry
well,
about
that. I think it's probably a mix of both. Like I think that if they were like 8 and 9 next year, building towards something, fans wouldn't be as pissed. But 4 and 13 or 3 and 14, that's definitely not gonna fly. So Aaron, you're right on that. That's not gonna work. But if they're 8 and 9 and they're building towards something the following year, and they bring some more draft picks in or another free agent, that would be more acceptable than them going 3 and 14, and being a bottom feeder of the league. So that won't work. But they definitely have to be working towards something going into 2025 for sure.
Noah, let's talk about your New York Giants. So,
absolutely.
So Aaron, you guys lost Saquon Barkley.
I'm okay
to
with
the
that.
point where you had Tiki Barber throwing a fit, saying you're dead to me.
Yeah, that was
dead
this freaking guy, man.
The pot calling the kettle black. The same guy who quit on his team mid-season, retired because he felt like that they would miss him, and they ended up winning a Super Bowl. He's just mad that he ain't the best running back in Giants history. That goes to Saquon. And I might be forgetting some running back in the 80s, but Saquon's a better running back than Tiki Barber ever was. Let's be real.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think Tiki's had better numbers in it. But honestly, in the beginning, Tiki would fumble a lot.
Tiki had a better team. He had a better team around him. It wasn't he didn't have a Daniel Jones type quarterback in the backfield where they could stack 8 in the box. They were even saying this on NFL Network that Saquon Barkley, I think, had the most carries, where a defensive player will go unblocked and he would have to evade them. He didn't have an offensive line to support him. So now he's going to Philadelphia Eagles with an offensive line with Jalen Hurts. That Saquon Barkley might put up some crazy numbers. Well, that depends if Jalen Hurts might take his rushing touchdown. So I'm not sure for fantasy if you want Barkley.
I think he would.
Yeah, but he'll at least in terms of yardage, he'll put up some crazy yards, or at least yards per carry. He'll beat on that.
I actually don't mind us getting Devin Singletary.
He's not bad.
He was cheaper. He only costs $5 million a season for 3 years. He goes right between the tackles because I believe he's 5'9" or 5'10", so that's great. And what was great about, because Xavier McKinney went to the Green Bay Packers, so essentially $32 million left us for 2 players, and we got Brian Burns in a sign and trade. That was amazing. We got the tackle from the Raiders, which is what we needed to play at guard, so that solidifies the guard spot. We got Jack Runyon from the Green Bay Packers, another good guard, so that solidifies the offensive line. I mean, we just signed Isaiah McKenzie, which is whatever, and Jalen Mills, but pretty much we acquired more with the same money if we were going to pay McKinney and Barkley. I really don't mind. Plus, running backs are expendable. He kept saying he was a Giant for life. He hated the Eagles, but wanted Mark Sanchez to get a ring. He said that in 2014.
When
he told Tiki that he loved his advice, and so I don't know what's going on in his head, but I don't know. But the biggest acquisition that we got, which I'm like about, but everyone else is gonna like it, is this guy right here. Apparently,
I was going to ask you about him. He loves rap music, so he's a fan of me.
That's my
guy. I'm a fan of him.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure yet, but apparently other Giants fans that I know, they're cool with Drew Lock, so
he's good.
Yeah, I feel like for the
Giants, he is an Eagle killer.
Yeah, I feel like for the Giants draft position, they're out of the running of the top 3 quarterbacks. So JJ McCarthy, Bo Nix, and Michael Penix are the next batch. Is that worth a 6th pick? I don't think so. So you know what? Let's keep Daniel Jones for another year. Experiment with Drew Lock. Let's see if Drew Lock could beat out Daniel Jones for their starting position. And if they all suck, guess what? We could be right at the top for the next draft and get Queen Ewers.
Well,
I want Shedeur Sanders. I'm gonna put that
or Shedeur, yeah, or Shedeur.
Yeah. But if Joe Alt is there at 6, I think y'all should take him.
That or
it just wouldn't make sense with the two signings that we got because they really trust Evan Neal or really like him.
I think
you can never have. Trust me, me and Shay have suffered the last few years because we had. Trust me, if the lineman is there, take him.
I've suffered since 2013, so yeah, I understand.
No, I'm talking about up front. I don't mean like up front.
I've had Will Beatty, Aaron Brewer. I'm sorry, James Brewer from the Indiana Hoosiers. I've had those kind of guys. Trust me, I've had
So if
Patrick Amamwe.
If the guy is there, you take him. Like I to me, or if you feel like because I don't know.
Like a Duzey's coming.
They need some playmakers. So Duzey or Neighbors.
What pick do the Chargers have?
5th.
I don't know. I don't know if they're mid-first round or not, but like I can see them trading up to go get JJ McCarthy because obviously Harbaugh had him.
Nah, he'll be there.
No,
at 5 if they want him, but they have Herbert.
Where with Herbert? No,
I'd rather have Herbert than JJ McCarthy.
No, of course, but I'm saying that's. I just feel like every time they always try to get their guys in there, so I just feel like that.
But Harbaugh came to Los Angeles Chargers for the main reason of coaching Justin Herbert. That was the main reason he came there.
That's what I heard, but
yeah.
I will say though, the Houston Texans have had a great offseason so far.
Oh yeah,
I just saw they got the Neil Hunter for 2 years.
Him and Will Anderson gonna be nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be real nice. They picked up a few. They got Joe Mixon in a trade. That's not bad for them. I mean, I don't know if he's gonna be pass catching with Dameon Pierce, but that's still a pretty good move. Derrick Henry went to the Ravens. We all knew that, but that's gonna be pretty good for him. Maybe they'll win more playoff games.
I don't know if there was a more perfect move than that. Like,
I think so.
Yes, predictable, sure. But I was like, wow. I was like, this was because he looks like a Raven. He just looks like a guy that would play. I'm sure Eddie George is somewhere sick because Eddie George still has beef with Baltimore to this day, and it's like, bro, let it go. It's been 23 years, but
for real.
Yeah, I think Henry's going to be great. That run out, that read option is going to be insane because it's like, how do you defend? But yeah, Zay Flowers has been doing his thing. Obviously, you get Andrews back. Hopefully coming back healthy. So yeah, they got something brewing down there.
Yeah, this is
Baltimore. So
yeah, this is the best running back that Baltimore, even at age 30 or 30 plus for Derrick Henry, this is the best running back they've had during the Lamar Jackson tenure. J.K. Dobbins looked like he had star potential, but he just kept getting hurt.
His career's over.
And Gus Edwards is decent, but I don't think he's like a starting caliber running back. But Lamar Jackson made the most of with Gus Edwards and Keaton Mitchell. So, like, think if you get a player like Derrick Henry just eating up the touchdowns, and then you got let's say you got the read option at the goal line. What are you going to do? You want to focus on Lamar, but then you got Derrick Henry. That's an amazing signing for Baltimore. They lost out on Patrick Queen, but hey, they getting a running back like Derrick Henry, that's definitely going to transform their offense.
Yeah, and I think Gus Edwards went to the Los Angeles Chargers.
Oh, okay.
I think he went for like 2 or 3 years. What did you guys think of Austin Eckler though, going to the Commanders for 2 years? It was only like 11.43 mil.
I mean, if he can stay healthy, he's good.
For the price.
Yeah, he's gonna stay healthy, but he's good.
And it seems like he's going to play a smaller role than he is going with the Chargers because they still got Brian Robinson. So it looks like Eckler's probably going to have an expanded version of the Antonio Gibson role. And he's like 10 times better than Antonio Gibson doing that role, being a third down running back.
So shouldn't the Patriots have signed Eckler instead of Gibson if that was the case?
I mean, I would, but we got Ramondre Stevenson as the bell cow. So Gibson is just the change of pace guy, the guy that could catch passes. And simple with that.
We've been looking for the James White replacement since he left, and I think he'll help fill the void. He runs really good routes at that position. So they need that for whoever's back there, because it'd be a check down or running an angle route, whatever it may be. So I'm all for it. I think he'll do well. But yeah, for me, Eckler, I said, maybe the change of scenery would do good for him. I just know the biggest issue, and I've said this all the whole time we've been on this show. The Chargers always bring in talent. That's not the problem. They just never stay healthy, and that's always been his biggest downfall. So maybe the change of scenery helps him, but I'm fine with who we brought in for now. But see if they build upon it.
Now, I have a question though. With this, is we see all these quarterbacks being moved to signings and trades. Is Justin Fields really that bad of a quarterback, or is Ryan Poles just asking for too much? Because pretty sure they could have brought him to Atlanta. Pretty sure they could have brought him to Pittsburgh if they really wanted to, or just any other team. Who I think Minnesota wanted him, but
with Atlanta, like we gotta be honest, even with the torn Achilles, and even though I'm still like a little negative towards it, Kirk Cousins was the best quarterback on the market. So Kirk Cousins was just the number one guy that everybody wanted that needed a quarterback. And with the Falcons, you have Zach Robinson as offensive coordinator. He used to coach for the Rams, and the Rams have a similar system with Kevin O'Connell for the Minnesota Vikings. So just the terminology is pretty much the same for Kirk Cousins. So that's why the Falcons wanted him. It may be the asking price, but because I don't know if you saw the report that other teams put Justin Fields in the same tier as a Sam Darnold and a Drew Lock, which was
oh my god,
kind of disrespectful. So I mean, we look at Sam Darnold. He's possibly getting a starting quarterback role with the Minnesota Vikings. For $8 million a year. Was it $8 million? Oh, no, $10 million a year. $10 million. Yeah, it was $10 million. $10 million a year.
That's
so
awesome.
Yeah, I don't understand that, but I guess I guess I could see he did have issues reading defenses Justin Fields had this past season, but he's still a dynamic rusher. If anything, I still feel like he went to a horrible situation where Chicago Bears kind of killed his confidence, similar to how Patriots killed the confidence of Mac Jones. But it got to be the asking price. This is absolutely ridiculous. It's because it's looking more and more like he's probably going to be a backup this coming season, and that can't happen.
So speaking of that, what did you guys think of Mac Jones going to Jacksonville? I'm not really understanding the sense on it. I mean, good for you guys, but why?
He's from Jacksonville. He's from Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah, but
why not?
You have Trevor Lawrence. Why would you need in the same draft class?
When's the time Trevor Lawrence played a full season?
Right, he's going to be hurt.
And Mac Jones knows that. So I'm like, hey, I could get my shot, and if I do well, another team will pick me up.
Right, that's all. Who knows? By week 8, he could be on another team. So, but yeah, listen, the Patriots won the offseason by trading Mac Jones. That alone made me confident in what we're doing going forward. I'm
not just that. We're also resigning our key guys. When the previous regime of Belichick, we'll let our defensive players go, and then he'll just draft mid-round guys and try to replace them that way.
Exactly.
We just signed Josh Uche. We got Owanu coming back.
Yep, I didn't think they'd bring Uche back though. I thought they were gonna let him go, honestly. So when I saw they resigned him, I was like, okay, cool. I don't know what we're gonna do with Judon. Chase Young is still available, and I would definitely give him a 1-year prove-it deal here. Okay. And just say, hey, we're giving you a total $15 million, go crazy, and then go elsewhere. But we're not giving you long-term money, but a 1-year prove-it deal here. You come here. You wreak havoc alongside Judon and company and go crazy.
Yeah. I'm just letting you know this ain't the same Chase Young from college. This is an injured, not as good as he used to be Chase Young in his mid-20s.
Well, that's what I'm saying about the prove it deal, because I'm not giving long-term money to him, but can I do what give money to him like teams were giving Jadeveon Clowney? Absolutely. Only reason why I didn't say Clowney is because Clowney is much older. I'd rather give it to a guy that's younger, even if they have similar issues. But I'd rather bring in Chase Young, let him learn next to Judon, and Uche and the rest of the crew, and go from there. But we need another corner in New England to play alongside Gonzo. We need Gonzo's going to be the number 1 eventually, but we need another guy because Jalen Mills is not the answer. It's not.
You said Jalen Mills.
Yeah, Jalen Mills not the answer.
Jalen Mills is a Giant.
Oh, beautiful.
He just signed there. I mean, you have Stephon Gilmore's out there, Kendall Fuller.
I mean, I don't know if they bring Gilly back. I mean, once again, if it was short money, I'd bring Gilly back to let Gonzo learn from him. Absolutely. But I don't know if what Mayo thinks of him. I'm not sure.
I mean, you could do a Dory Jackson as well. I mean, I know he's a little
but, yeah, I forgot he's a free agent too. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But that would be not bad at number 2 corner because you would not want to put him as a number 1 corner. That's for sure.
But no, so if Mills is not the guy in New York, then your fan base will like him because he's not. You're not depending on him for too much. But we needed him to do too much here, which is why at times he failed. But he made some good plays. But yeah, if he's not the guy over there, he should be received well by the fan base.
Yeah, we have a rotation anyways of safety, so I'm not worried.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we could try, we got the 34th pick in the draft for the second round. If we could get a cornerback there, we could. I mean, there's decent depth at cornerback for this coming draft. You got Quinyon Mitchell, Terrion Arnold. Those guys are pretty much locked for the first round. Nate Wiggins, maybe, but he can probably fall. That's if you want a speed guy who's not that strong. Probably could get a Nate Wiggins, but he ran a 4.28. You got Kool-Aid McKinstry from Alabama as well, teammate of Terrion Arnold. You'll probably get him in the second round. There's Rakestraw. There's a lot of guys that could get in the draft. So
I just want Kool-Aid for the name. If he comes in and hey, get Kool-Aid. Hey, Kool-Aid. Yeah, that's what I want. I want.
I'm starting to hate Alabama safeties because I feel like they just cannot cover tight ends and they're just box guys. I don't know what's going on over there, but I'm not a fan of Alabama safeties at all.
Well, these guys are corners, so we don't gotta worry about that. So for Kool-Aid's more of a press guy too. So I think he fits for what New England wants to do. Mm-hmm. So I think we get him in the second round.
Hopefully you get a Marlon Humphrey type and not a D. Milner.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
D. Milner, man.
What woo, yikes.
Just a first rounder, Nothing crazy.
But nothing came from it, unfortunately. But
so who do you guys think won in this free agency so far?
I like what the Texans are doing. You're taking advantage of the CJ Stroud years. They got themselves another pass rusher with Danielle Hunter. They got themselves Joe Mixon. I think this team is primed to contend, and this might be the team to challenge the Chiefs in the future. As long as CJ Stroud keeps up the progression, Will Anderson keeps up the progression. They got Nico Collins, Tank Dell, John Mechie. Who knows? He might come back. Get into the wide receiver rotation. I'm liking what the Texans are doing so far.
Yeah. I mean, listen, even though the money was wild, like I like Atlanta getting cut. Once again, you need to solidify the quarterback position. They did that. I even like y'all getting Burns. I think he's gonna be. I didn't realize he was gonna get that type of deal. I mean, he definitely is a baller. So
Panthers.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing down there.
They could have got him for 3 firsts last year. They would have traded him last year.
Yep.
Factual. I'll take him. Yeah, I saw a lot of Giants fans were complaining about this deal, and I was like, listen, he's literally getting Nick Bosa, the Bosa brothers, I should say, because they're both around there, and TJ Watt money. He's 25. I think I saw a stat where actually I saved it. Let me see. It was the first player to have 7.5 sacks in each of their first 5 seasons. It's him, Reggie White, Derek Thomas, DeMarcus Ware, Jared Allen, Aaron Donald, Ryan Kerrigan, and Yannick Ngakoue. Some pretty good people right there.
So essentially a Hall of Fame trajectory.
Pretty much.
But also too, shout out to the Chiefs taking care of Chris Jones too. I think sometimes you get focused on 1 or 2 guys being the main thing. On a championship team, but Chris Jones has been as important as anybody else on that team in recent memory. So I'm glad they looked out for him and gave him the money that he rightfully deserves. So obviously, we're only really 2 days into free agency, well, officially 1 day, but Other teams will start talking to players now. But I would say like Chiefs did well so far. Like I said, the Giants did well, and like I said, I agree with you, Shay. I think the Texans did or have done well thus far, and I'm sure they have some more to go.
Yeah, with credit to the Chiefs compared to, like, let's say with the Patriots, for example, when we had Brady and Gronk. At least the difference was for this year is the salary cap. The salary cap is much higher now than it was back then.
Right.
So they're able to pay and take care of Chris Jones. Whereas was back then yeah, that wouldn't have happened.
Well, even I think there was a report that came out a couple hours ago before we got on. Mahomes had restructured his deal to free up almost 22 mil in cap space. But that's what it takes. And once again, teams like, well, shit, it ain't gonna be me, or I got to get my money. And it's just like, yo, winning gets you paid.
Well, I guess to their benefit too. I mean, how many State Farm commercials did Patrick Mahomes have?
No, facts. But
he's getting that money.
It's like exactly. It's like, dude, like and I get it. Once again, you want to get everything that you're owed to. That's owed to you. I firmly stand by that. I am one of the capitalists on this show. I'm here.
No way.
So, but it's just like winning will get you paid. So I'm glad that he restructured that deal, because Brady did that for years. It was, well, he had Giselle. So what? He could have said, this is my money, and said, I need it right now. But he restructured, and they was able to keep guys there. And once again, if your best player is saying, I'm going to restructure my money, who are you? Like, it's that simple.
If I'm Ladarius Need, I don't care. I'm getting out of there. If they ain't paying me, I'd rather go to the worst team and get paid, be the highest paid corner in the league. So, hey, they're gonna have to trade Ladarius Need. But you know what? They're probably either gonna get one in the draft with that 32nd pick, if not get a wide receiver. But yeah, I don't think they're keeping Ladarius Need.
Well, I know they put a tag on him, so I'm not sure.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, it was the transition tag or something.
Look for it, though. Maybe that's the guy we go after then too. Maybe that's the guy to pair him next to Gonzo. Maybe that's the guy. I think that would be great to get.
If he plays Tyreek Hill 2 times a year, the way he treated Tyreek Hill in the playoffs, yeah, do that against him.
Yeah, I need that. And once again, Gonzo did really well against Tyreek Hill last year too, so I'm here for it. We need all the bring all the reinforcements, So we need that.
And by the way, Arthur, that's a hater comment. What you saw, that wasn't it might say that's my sports on the handle, but that's really a hater named Aaron. That isn't
pretty accurate.
That's a great signing by the Philadelphia Eagles, getting Saquon Barkley. That team has folded themselves back up to being championship contenders again, and they fall any way short. If they fall short again one more time, that coach is out of there. He's gone. No ifs, ands, or buts this time. He's gone.
Bill will be there next season if Sirianni don't.
Oh yeah. Nick Sirianni underachieves again. You might see that old man Bill Belichick come back with a frown on his face next season.
Mm-hmm.
Little side note, I hope that Peyton Manning gets them a Bill, Nick Saban, Peyton's places. That would be really cool. Like there was a thing where they should go around colleges and like give them advice on how to actually bring them to the top or something like that. I was like, that would be a dope ESPN Plus.
I thought it was a Manning cast thing, but that'd have been fun too.
Ooh,
that would be funny.
We see Saban or Belichick in the Manicast. Watch both of them be more animated too, because people are saying like
Saban's a little more friendly than Bill.
Yeah, but people like I'm seeing on comments, people are acting like, oh, Bill Belichick's a mute, monotone, grumpy all the time. He's not going to give you much. He's going to be very dry. He's only on that in press conferences. If you see him being interviewed anywhere else, you'll especially talk about something he's passionate about. He is super animated. Yeah. So like if you get him like on a post-game show or something, or especially the Mannings, because I know he has respect for Peyton Manning. And probably for Eli, and I hope Eli never brings up the Patriots thing. But he
doesn't bring those up. It's everyone else brings it up. Yeah, like Brady brought up with that. But let's listen. Randy Moss, got him out of his office and went roller skating one year. that's how
Oh,
fun
yeah,
of a guy Bill
The
Belichick.
Dynasty show. I still haven't watched it yet. I need.
Yeah,
I don't think it was the Dynasty show. I think it was
Well, it was NFL Films. Yeah,
yeah, it was either films or a football
okay.
life with Bill Belichick. But Randy Moss got him on Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Go roller
He
skate.
came as a pirate. Yep, I
Sure
remember that.
did.
Okay, I heard the pirate story. Oh, I didn't know that was roller
And Randy
skating.
Moss was a SpongeBob.
Really?
Yeah,
That
he
had
had
to be
like the
for-
SpongeBob like shirt
I mean,
tight.
yeah.
Yeah.
When I see something like that, it always makes me mad that team didn't win because it was like there was a bunch of characters on those teams. But I mean, listen, Ed Edelman does the best impressions of Bill. I know Bill was sick of him on a regular basis. I know he was. Let's see, you fucking asshole. so good. He's so good. I was like, I know Bill was sick of Edelman. I know he was.
Bill Belichick would love to be coach right now because the first thing he would do is draft Lad McConkey out of Georgia.
Oh yeah,
that is the first thing he would do.
But I was surprised. I think he ran like a 4.38, 4.39.
4.39. Yeah.
I was like, whoa. I said, where did this come from?
I didn't think he was that fast out of Georgia. Like, he didn't seem that fast to me.
So,
deceptively fast. That's what they call him, right? Deceptively fast. When a fast white guy is always deceptively fast.
Right,
that was
exactly.
Christian McCaffrey's scouting report. Deceptively fast. And if you watch Christian McCaffrey in Stanford, there was nothing deceptive about it. He was fast.
Right.
But when it's a white guy, it's always deceptively fast.
Yep,
it's so funny. They always slick discriminate between all races on scouting reports. It is so funny. High character guy, blue collar guy. Someone you want your daughter to marry.
Team player. Oh, first in the gym, last to leave. Oh man, that's facts.
Well, I found the video of the Randy Moss chase, so you don't have to watch. It's right here.
Okay.
Well, this is what it is. We're
dressed as the devil.
No, that's what we're doing. Hey, you might win the damn prize. Trying to, get us a little DJ, get us a roller rink, and have us a good night. But like I said, you more.
There he is, Pirate Bill.
Wow.
Oh yeah, okay, I did see this. I know it's actual roller skating.
Yo, Will Ford, no way. I missed that before.
That's Maroney. Is that Maroney?
Yeah, I think it was.
Hey,
Yay! Look at Randy on the skates.
he from the South, so it's like it's damn near. It's like you come out the womb being able to not roller skate. Yeah,
Not me.
crazy.
Nah, it's just funny seeing a 6'5" guy on roller skates.
Mm-hmm. It's wild. And he from West Virginia, ain't he?
Yeah.
Rand University.
Yeah. Him and Jay
Well,
Will.
I think the biggest loser of the free agency so far is the Dallas Cowboys. They only signed one guy, and it was their long snapper. Let's go.
But
Love
that's
that mediocre
that's a Bill
franchise.
Belichick type shit. Let's sign a long snapper because that's the key to our success.
Yeah, Jerry Jones, and Stephen Jones, they both need to go.
Right.
Jerry Jones will never
horrible.
leave unless his oil money evaporates. He's not going anywhere.
I don't know. Some got to give, but I mean,
Did they even replace Tony Pollard?
Nope.
Yes. Yeah. Oh no, they didn't. No, they didn't.
No,
I thought you meant did he leave? I was like, oh yeah, he left.
Once again, like Mixon now off the board. Obviously, Derrick Henry's off the board. Pollard now is in Tennessee. Eckler went to Washington. So it's just like, I don't know. I don't know how they really sit there and they stood pat. And I know they don't run the ball like that because obviously Mike McCarthy mentioned how he wanted to run the ball more and then essentially did the opposite going into last season. So maybe they're looking to get somebody in the draft. Who knows? Maybe someone like a Blake Corum. I don't know. Or what's the kid from
Jonathan
UNC?
Brooks? Oh, UNC.
No, the kid usually Marion Hampton. Like maybe someone like him, but I don't know. They gotta figure something out though.
No, they don't. They're doing just fine. Don't worry about them. I mean, listen, I bet you they'll go after like AJ Dillon or like Clyde Edwards-Helaire or something like that.
Well, did AJ Dillon play for Mike McCarthy?
Yeah, Green Bay. Yeah,
He did. Okay, yeah. So maybe
Like a year, yeah.
maybe that's the fix then.
That's what
Yeah,
Arthur said.
They do build from the draft, but they're not good. They're a mediocre franchise.
They're usually built from the draft, but they're literally were a couple wins away from the Super Bowl. That's when you have to go to the free agency and get some talent, and they ain't doing that. You were built for you build from the draft if you are a winning team, or if you're paying a quarterback who's already won you a previous Super Bowl, and you can't afford to pay your defense, then you build from the draft. Right. But they could afford to pay for some more players. So, and the thing is, like I did read this comment too. They'll go every year blaming Dak Prescott, even though he's arguably their best player on the team. It's him and CeeDee Lamb. They're arguably the two best players on the team. But you go here blaming him despite not really giving him any help, not adding to the defense, not paying players, but you blame one of your best players just because he couldn't put the team on his back for every single game.
Yep. Yeah, no, that's. I mean,
if I'm back, I'm not restructuring anything. Like, no, you didn't do anything to help me. I ain't Patrick Mahomes. At least he got some rings to restructure. I don't got any rings. I'm not restructuring anything.
But especially when he got hurt, they were reluctant to give him the $140 million. So absolutely not.
Exactly.
You're not. Absolutely not.
They don't give him 100. They don't give him the money. But Daniel Jones can get the money. Kirk Cousins off a torn Achilles can get the money. Yeah, no, that needs to know his worth.
It's different. Daniel Jones need to go too. I don't know why they hold on to him. He need to go.
Money.
Well, Daniel can't really go until next year, which is fine because it was essentially a 2-year deal with a team option after this year, so that's fine.
How you feel about losing Happy Feet though? that's your guy.
Oh yeah,
that's your guy. Happy Feet going to. Well, I mean, he's staying in the area. He's just going across the bridge.
I mean, you know what? Kudos to Tyrod getting that kind of money. I think it's 2 years for 18 mil. So he probably knows he's going to start soon just because of Aaron Rodgers and his Achilles. So good for him.
Yeah, I mean, listen, New York couldn't go back to Zach Wilson again. Like that couldn't happen.
No.
One for Zach Wilson's psyche, and then two for the team psyche. Like you can't keep putting that guy out there thinking, oh, we have a shot to win this week, and really try to sell to the team and sell to the fan base. Yeah, this is what we're doing. Like I feel bad for guys like Fireman Ed, who's there every week.
No, I don't feel sorry for him
because it's like, damn. No, because I'm like loyal fans like that.
Pretty much said to the Jets, "You guys suck. I'm not coming back." And then all of a sudden they started winning. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna come back." Yeah, like, no, ride the ride, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, there's no one that's been more loyal than Fireman Ed to the Jets. As far as the fan base goes. So him and Greeny from ESPN. So, but yeah, I mean, listen, to me, they're still going to go 8-9, 7-10. Like I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to come back and be the guy that they thought he was going to be. But there'll be hype all preseason, and the Jets are going to do this, Jets are going to do that, and then next thing you know, they'll be missing the playoffs. So can't wait. Can't wait.
Where's Zach Wilson going?
I know he has to get traded, so
that's a good question.
Nowhere.
Firehouse Subs.
Firehouse. Zaxby's. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know.
Anywhere that has Cougars.
All right, so he's gonna go to Vegas then.
It's possible.
Like, cause I feel like there's not a franchise that loves reclamation projects more than the Raiders. So I wouldn't be surprised if Zach Wilson's there. But
if they get Zach Wilson and not Justin Fields, that'll be absolute. Hey,
I agree with you, but once again, it is typical Raiders to do something like that.
Yeah, but Antonio Pierce is there now. It's a little different.
They love those type of projects. So I wouldn't be surprised if they say, hey, you know what, let's go get even though they made a great signing too over the last couple of
Yeah,
days.
Christian
too.
Wilkins was a great signing.
Next to Crosby. So that's going to be, and you need that when you're in the division with Mahomes, like you and Herbert, like you need that interior pressure. So that's a big time move. But yeah, it would be so Raider like to go get someone like Zach Wilson and think that he's going to positively contribute, to winning at some point.
Do you guys think the Browns will like win the division this year? I mean, I know they got famous Jameis for the 1 year, but they also got Jerry Jeudy in that trade. And it's not a bad receiving core over there with Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy.
It depends on what Deshaun Watson is going to do. If I'm the management, I'm letting him get all the massages he wants because when he gets the massages, he plays well. Sorry, so
but hey, like, it's what the Jets were, or pretty much the year like last year and the year before. If they just could get at least average quarterback play, that's a Super Bowl contender. Because that defense is absolutely crazy. So if Watson just plays a little bit better than what he did last year, just a little bit better, they're good. They're good. He doesn't need to be a star. Just play a little bit better. And if he doesn't, then you got Mr. Crablegs right behind you, who, as long as he doesn't throw too many interceptions, he'll be just fine.
Yeah, agreed.
And also, let's talk about this trade that happened like an hour or two before we started the show. Deontay Johnson go to the Carolina Panthers. Bryce Young gets some help on that receiving core. Thank you. Instead of just having the corpse of Adam Thielen to throw to every game. Right. So, how do you feel about this trade?
I think that Mike Tomlin doesn't like Deontay Johnson.
Oh yeah, no question. We all know that. No question.
It's like the disrespect is real. Like I couldn't imagine the conversation this afternoon. Cause I know Mike Tomlin, he's a man's man. I know he called him and said, "Hey, brother, we appreciate you for your time served, but we're sending you down to Carolina." Like
you a fan of barbecue? They got good barbecue.
Right, yeah,
they got a good team, but they got good barbecue.
I would have tore up that locker room. Like I'm leaving with something. Shout out to Denzel Washington. I'm leaving with something. Like, there's no way you're trading me to the worst team in the NFL, and you think I'm not about to tear up this locker room. So, but I mean, hey, good for Bryce Young, I guess. But yeah, Deontay Johnson, I know that man is upset. Got to be upset.
Hey, they'll pay him all the money he wants, though. That if I'm Deontay Johnson, I'm looking at that. They'll pay me all the money I want.
Yeah, that's true.
Shouldn't they just kept DJ Moore though? If they're just gonna go get Deontay Johnson, like,
they could have kept DJ Moore.
Isn't DJ Moore better than Deontay Johnson?
Once again,
didn't they got a first round pick off DJ Moore? Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they used that first round pick to trade for Bryce Young.
Yeah, but I mean, too logical though. Too logical. It's just but it just shows that a lot of these franchises, especially now getting new ownership and getting more of these analytical guys, they're just they're playing Madden in real life.
Love it.
And it's just like, yeah, in some cases it's good, but it's like in the same breath, it's like what some of these moves are just they're inexplicable. Like what are you doing? It's like it's wild to me, but hey, like you said, hey, he's probably due for a payday down there now, being in Carolina, and we'll see how it unfolds. But like I said, if I'm him, I know I'd be sick. Once again, the money might make him feel better. Like I said, the barbecue might make him feel. Shout out to the cookout. Go to the cookout, Deontay. The cookout down there is really good.
Let's do a side note on the cookout because I really want to know. Is the cookout in Carolina that much better than everywhere else? Because the cookout in Atlanta is absolutely mid. Everybody says the Carolina cookout is fire.
It's better. Yeah. It's better in North Carolina. Yeah. In my opinion. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't understand it because why is it so mid everywhere else? It tastes like cheap food everywhere else.
Yeah. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's the people who's cooking it. Who knows? Like, I don't know.
All right, next time I'm going to North Carolina. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to go to the cookout. I really want to see what's the fascination because in Atlanta it's absolutely mid. It's absolutely garbage. I'm just going to be real. I wouldn't tell anyone.
How was the Heralds down there?
I never had Heralds in Atlanta.
Okay, Because my homegirl was down there. She was like, whenever you come down, you gotta go to Harold's. And I'm just like I know about it in Chicago, because I know Chicago is where it's known for. But she was like, they have it down there. She said it was pretty good. She's from Chicago, so I'm like maybe
I'll try it, but it's just because I heard the name Harold's too much. It seems to me that's too popular, which means usually if it's too popular in Atlanta, it's not as good as going to the spots in the hood. That
have you been, what's the show's name from Escape? Candy. Have you been to her restaurant down there? Candy Bird, her restaurant.
What's the name of the restaurant?
Oh my God, I can't think of it.
I don't know the famous chefs, but I know the names of the restaurant.
Well, yeah, no, she started a restaurant, but she some famous his name is Derek something, but he was doing like the chef reviews or whatever, and I guess he didn't give her like great reviews, and folks was like, oh, like y'all putting down black businesses, and it was
it wasn't Keith Lee, was it?
Keith Lee, that's what it was. Keith Lee, that's.
Are you talking about that Milk and Honey place?
That's what it might be. Yeah.
Oh no, that place even before Keith Lee, like I'm looking at the price of that place. It's like overpriced. Like, yeah, you can find so much better than that. Mm-hmm. People that actually live in Atlanta are not going to those places.
Gotcha.
It's just people that are not actually from Atlanta but want to go somewhere to look fancy so they can post on Instagram. They'll go to those places.
Okay.
People from Atlanta don't actually go there.
Right.
But like the original Milk and Honey, like who even eats there? Like I don't.
Right. No, that's like people in Miami. Like people in Miami would go like, oh yeah, we had Prime 112, and it's like people don't go to Prime 112 out there. People are going to Big Pink. People are going to Tap 42. People are going to, I can't think of something on the top of my head, but like that's what people are going to. Crabman 305, like that's what people are going to. People ain't going to Prime 112 on Lincoln Road because it's super expensive. It's ridiculous. It's like $350 for like two people. It's insane. It's wild.
It's like a double-edged sword because I want the restaurants I go to. I want like the owners them to get great business and get more business. But at the same time, I would kind of still hate if Keith Lee would have reviewed the restaurants I go to because that means the price is going to go up. Right. It's going to be overcrowded. And the food quality might be worse because they're like, hey, fuck it. Like, we don't have to cook anymore.
Yep, that's true. That's true. So, but it is what it is. I'm like, Aaron, we're gonna get you to come down south at some point and try some of that good cooking.
I guess I'm gonna have to.
By the way,
Spanish food.
I know. I like how we just switched from free agency to talking about food.
Love it. Hey, cooking on the field, cooking off the field. That's all. That's
exactly. You know, there's a Raising Cane's in Georgia.
Oh,
I have not tried it.
I love Raising Cane's though. I love it.
Okay. What would you choose? I never tried it. Raising Cane's or Zaxby's? What would you choose? Since you probably had both, right?
Yes. I'd go with Raising Cane's.
Chicken tenders really that good?
Yep. And that sauce is phenomenal.
All right, I got to try it. It's in Woodstock, Georgia, so I'm not even sure if it's going to be like the quality of a Raising Cane's somewhere else. But I saw it like off a basketball run, and I got to try it. Yeah. Honestly, I'm going to be in Woodstock on Thursday, most likely. So after doing basketball, I'm just going to pull up there, get me some Raising Cane's, and see how it is.
Yep. I get the Caniac combo, but it's like, that's 6 tenders. That's a lot. Most people get like the 4
I can eat 6 tenders.
Okay, yeah. So 6 tenders.
You ain't seen my stories? I have an endless appetite. Yeah.
Very true.
I might be the smallest one, but I have an endless.
All that.
I might be the smallest one of the 3, but I probably got a bigger appetite than all 3 of y'all. To be honest.
So T. Higgins, if you're hearing this, you want to get out of Cincinnati, come down south.
Okay, so good segue. But
or no, do you like clam chowder? Do you like clam chowder, T. Higgins? You like lobster rolls? Go to Boston. No, not Atlanta. Go to Boston.
So fine, let's bring it back to that. Where
Shepherd's pie? Come on, go to Boston.
Where does he end up going though? Because I'm like, obviously he's requested a trade. He's under, I think, a tag for 1 year, $21 million if they don't sign a long-term deal. So does he stay in Cincy this year, or where do y'all think he goes?
They're at least going to trade him before the trade deadline, because. Yeah, he wants to request a trade, so he's probably not going to sign anything. And they want to get back something for him, some draft capital. So if it's not before this draft, it's going to be before the draft after that. And I say could command a second round pick. I say that's the rate for him. That's definitely arguably the best number 2 receiver can get, or a solid number 1 receiver, because he's probably a number 1 receiver on most teams. So yeah, that's a second round pick at the very least.
I see him somewhere in like Indy. Or I mean, I'm saying go down south, but like I don't think Carolina has a draft capital to do anything.
It could be if they can't pay Michael. Well, yeah, they got to pay Michael Pittman Jr. So like
he is paid. It was a 3-year. I think it was a 3-year 56.
No,
72.
So many things have happened. I even missed that.
Yeah. So it could happen though. I mean, Shea Stitchen knows. I'm probably saying his last name wrong. Knows what he's doing offensively. If Anthony Richardson coming back healthy, so that's pretty good for them.
I see. Okay, so in Indianapolis is interesting. I didn't think about them.
No, because you want everybody on the Patriots. It's fine.
No, but I thought
Come
about
to that, bro.
They're not going to trade him to a rival. I was thought about maybe I could see him, within the division, but they'd be dumb to trade him within the division. But yes, obviously he was linked to New England around the deadline last year. Obviously they weren't looking to make that move. And it wouldn't make sense because it wouldn't have moved the needle at that time. But I just can't. I keep going back to 2019 when they traded a second round pick for Mohamed Sanu. So if you did a second round pick for Mohamed Sanu, you damn sure better think about doing a second round pick for T. Higgins. What are we talking about?
Not the 34th though. Because that's basically like.
Well, then trade your third and figure it out to get it back to like do something, because if you gave your second round pick for Mohamed Sanu, don't tell me that you can't at least give a phone call and say, hey, we'll give you a second and something else for T. Higgins, and then you give him the deal. Because
a third round and some saltine crackers, but not a second round pick.
He's a little better than that, but like he's a little better than that. But actually, third round pick and a Caniac combo for Raising Cane's. Or Aaron. This is Aaron in Aaron's area. A third round pick and Frank Pepe's pizza, and we send it down to Cincinnati. So I don't know, man. I've seen what they've done in the past with draft picks, and to me, a guy that can be that good. He's also 25 years old. I know they've been linked to Calvin Ridley, and I'm like, he'd be a good addition here. But I'm like, listen, if you get a guy that's 4 years younger, who's 6'4", 220, and to me, it's a no-brainer if that's the case.
I could see Cardinals too, and then sign Calvin Ridley, and that way Murray has Ridley and T. Higgins.
So then what happens with Marvin Harrison Jr. then?
You don't draft him, obviously.
A lot of mock drafts have him going.
I wouldn't pass up on Marvin Harrison Jr. if I'm getting him at 4, to be honest.
Yeah, facts. I'm like,
he's better than Ridley and T. Higgins.
Yeah.
So then you get T. Higgins and then you draft Marvin Harrison instead of getting Calvin Ridley.
I mean that would work too. That would be a great 1-2 combo.
That would be, but that also be too much money tied to wide receivers. So I'm not sure if they would actually do that. Even though I know that Marvin Harrison will be on a rookie deal, but then they're eventually going to have to pay him. So I'm not sure if they would pivot to.
Well, they got 4 years to make that decision though, so I think that makes it a little bit easier to make that decision. He'd be worth it. He'd be worth it. Like the dude is the best prospect we've seen in some time. And then obviously Arizona knows about having three 1,000-yard receivers. With Bolden, Fitz, and who's the third guy? Oh, Steve Rustin, back in the day.
I forgot about that guy.
Yeah, so that team was loaded. Yeah, so I mean, I think I say that's the case. Why not? Why not do it? Once again, we've seen with getting weapons for these young quarterbacks and yeah, sometimes the quarterback elevates the talent, but I think we're getting to a point where it's the skill players that elevate the quarterback now, which is fine. So you have to do everything necessary to get that to make that happen, I should say.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we even talked about the trade compensation for Deontay Johnson, but yeah, he was only let go. So the Panthers received Deontay Johnson, the 7th round pick, and the Steelers received defensive back Dante Jackson and a 6th round pick. So that's the trade.
Wow.
So they got that much for him. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
I'm not sure Carolina should be trading any draft picks. If I'm being honest, they need all the picks they can get.
Granted, it's a 7th round, so it's just like
I mean, shoot, guys like Richard Sherman was in the 7th round. Julian Edelman was in the 7th round. Like
Terrell. Oh my God, I'm blanking on his freaking name. He's a Hall of Famer,
Davis?
which is
Terrell Davis.
Yeah, Terrell Davis.
Yeah, so I'm like, so you can find guys late. It's just a matter of, how you develop them. But yeah, they're like I say specifically Carolina, like they're in a position where they can't skip no corners. Like y'all got to make sure y'all hit on most of y'all draft picks because people are not flocking to get down to Carolina. Like the cookout is not a good enough reason for them to come down to Carolina and play for the team. It's not happening. So they got to develop their players. They got to find the next Steve Smith. They got to find the next Thomas Davis or Deshaun Foster type. Like they got to find those type of guys because if not, like I said, they're going to be in purgatory in football sense for a while.
Yep, I agree with that. Trying to see some more news, but yeah
I'm looking too. I don't see anything really.
Yeah, I mean, I like that. Cincinnati.
Oh no! We didn't talk about this. Thank
one?
you, God. I prayed for this, and it happened. The Eagles and former wide receiver Devontae Parker has reached an agreement for a 1-year, $4.69 million guaranteed deal, fully guaranteed. He's out from the Patriots.
Let's go, baby. Get him out of here.
Gone from the Patriots.
Let's go. Yeah. I forgot about that too. That's another reason why they won the offseason. Getting rid of Mac Jones and Devontae Parker.
Didn't you like him when he came over though?
Once again, once he came on the field, he was you got more catches than him, Aaron.
That's pretty true.
I think it said something like for like the past 3 years, he was like last in terms of separation.
Yeah,
they had a stat for wide receiver separation. He was dead last for like 3 years straight.
Wait, Aaron, let me ask you this, because I feel like you memorize things the way I memorize things in some regard. Can you give me a signature moment that Devontae Parker had in a Patriot uniform?
Didn't he have like that one touchdown for like 15 yards?
Okay, so in 3 seasons, we talking about a one touchdown. It was like probably a 15-yard out route. Like
pretty much.
Remember he had one good catch against the Bears on that Monday night that we got smoked. Like other than that, it's like the dude was either hurt, unfortunately, because he had I'm not going to jump questions, but it was just like, dude, it's like he just wasn't a guy. And then Bill gave him the money last year because I guess he got his feelings hurt that they was looking at other receivers to come in there. But it's like, dude, if you came in and produced, they wouldn't have been looking for other guys. So It's like, yeah, I'm glad. Bye.
Breaking news. Something just happened right now. I'm gonna pull it up. Boom.
I thought it was actually serious.
I'm okay. What's coming? Really? Yeah, we got somebody. Wow.
I'm surprised.
3 years, $9 an hour, boys. Let's get it.
That's crazy.
I'm surprised the McDonald's bag is still in his hand.
I love it. That's listen, man. So listen, I'm a Florida guy. People know this. I can't believe how far he's fallen.
Give himself.
It's like damn, bro. It's like it was crazy. He would have been right back in the good graces on that lateral from Travis Kelce. He would have been right back, and then they took it away from him, and that essentially ended his career in Kansas City. Regardless, it was when you look at his career on FootballReference.com, it will say 2-time champion. So,
unfortunately, yeah.
Well, once again, no, don't do that, because when I bring up guys like David Carr and you'll say, "Oh, he's a champion," and I'm just like, it's ridiculous. No,
David Carr had more of an impact than Kadarius Toney.
He
He had to leave New York to finally
play.
win championships. He had to
He
leave the
didn't play.
Giants to win championships. That's what Kadarius Toney had to do.
Hey,
And
that
he
was
Giants.
mutual. I'm cool with it.
No, but David Carr didn't play. Kadarius Toney at least played.
Is Kadarius Toney?
He played pretty well the year before against Philly. He played pretty well against them actually.
Is he going down as one of the worst draft busts of all time? I know it's still early in his career, but yeah,
it's getting there.
Yeah. Yep. It's leaning that way.
The Giants scouting team, shouts out to them.
Yeah, I won't say he's getting into like the Jamarcus Russell, Ryan Leaf category, but it's bad.
If this was equal to quarterback production, it's definitely on that territory. So no, he's on that level.
Yeah, that's fair. Especially for what they got out there. They got him at. They drafted him at 19. So I'm like, it's like mid first round, but it's like
still that should be number one wide receiver.
Yeah. So I mean that, especially you coming in rocking at 19, like my guy Keyshawn, even though he wasn't on the Giants, but so you can't come in rocking that number and then you essentially Mike didn't even get 19 yards, or even 19 catches. It's pathetic. So
it's like a tie between him and Kevin White.
I don't know.
Kevin White, that's
West Virginia Mountaineers.
Okay.
I think he was in
the.
the
He got hurt though.
I don't care. That's a bust McGee right there. He was not.
And
he was drafted number 7. I don't want to hear though.
That's different. Like Kadarius Toney was out. He was out there, and the man was out there.
Hurt too, Darius.
But
my hamstring. Oh, my foot, and then all that.
He was out there playing operation.
Pretty much.
Gotcha. I said, wow. I said, what is going on?
So these Eagles fans on the comments here are saying no more Quez Ball, no more Quez Watkins. They don't know Devontae Parker like we do, Ray Sean.
Right. Yep.
I think I might want Quez Watkins back.
Devontae Parker he's gonna go up the. I can see Kevin Harlan now. It's like Jalen Hurts goes back, play action fake. He throws it to Parker. Parker jumps up. Oh, he dropped it. Oh no, he dropped it. It was like turnover on downs. New York Giants football. I'll tell you, it's coming. So it's coming. They had a nervous sit there and say, "Well, what would you see?" That's when I was done with him. When he didn't take accountability for that drop in Vegas, and it's like, bro, like we win the game if you catch that ball, and you just sit there and say, "Oh, what you want me to tell you?" What? Nah, you got to go.
If we find a way to get out of Juju as well. I'm fully in with this regime.
I give him one more year. If he's just as bad this year, then I'm like, all right, cool. But I
think he's broken. He had too many injuries. I think he's broken.
Possibly, but I'm like, I give one more year, and then we'll see what happens. Once again, I wouldn't revamp it completely. I like that Bourne is back as well. I like that deal, especially for the number they brought him back at. And then I mean they brought back Rager back too, so he has some nice moments towards the end of the year.
That's return man. I better not see him line up at actual wide receiver. That's just our special.
No. I think he got one at the end of the year. I think it was in Buffalo. He got the he had a kick return for a touchdown. So
yeah, he's a good kick return guy. Just don't want to see him line up at wide receiver.
No. That's them days of wanting him to be that guy is
one
over.
pick over Justin Jefferson. I remember it.
Yep. And that's what's wild. It's like we could have found a way to go get him too, not at the time. But N'Keal Harry, it's wild. Unbelievable. That N'Keal once again when that's what I should have compared it to. Forget about Ryan Lee. It's N'Keal Harry. That's
worse than right
there. Oh my God,
he's not even in the NFL anymore, right?
Right, like that's.
If he is, he should still be on the Vikings practice squad.
Wow, and once again, we missed on Ayuk, his teammate, missed on Debo, like, and they became teammates just like that.
We could have got DK Metcalf. That's who I wanted,
and AJ Brown.
And AJ Brown. I like AJ Brown out of college too.
AJ Brown cried. The man cried. Because he wasn't
that was an ideal Patriots receiver. What were we doing?
You have to find guys like
Brown?
Julian Edelman. That's your Patriot wide receiver way.
I mean, he's gonna be a Hall of Famer, but so I mean, I'm fine with that. But it's just like those guys. Once again, you found him. You took a chance on him in the late round and you got him. But it's just like I don't know, man. Like now,
if you wanted to see,
ridiculous.
I was doing a live stream that time that Kill Harry got drafted. The disappointment on my face when they didn't get AJ Brown or DK Metcalf. I hate to say I was right, but I think most people were disappointed because why did Kill Harry? He was like project on the end of the second round.
At the time, obviously, we were just happy that they finally drafted a receiver in the first round.
I wasn't because we have a horrible track record. So if we didn't draft the guy I knew was good, I was disappointed that I thought
even if we had got Metcalf might have turned into Chad Jackson 2.0.
No. If you saw Metcalf in college, he was an animal, and I had no idea why he went to the third round.
The development, that's the big thing.
Honestly, I feel with Metcalf, no matter what team he would have went to, he would have been this good. That's how good he was in college.
Yeah,
that's how good he was in college. They were just saying like, oh, he got hurt. Oh, he's not built like a prototypical wide receiver. He might deal with injuries. He might deal with drops. Like, nah, he was an absolute animal.
Mm-hmm. Facts. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what he continues to do. But yeah, it's a shame. But yeah, I want us to double dip at wide receiver. During the draft. I think
a pretty deep draft. I feel we should go quarterback number one. I know, like I'm seeing on Patriots Reddit page or whatever. Oh, we should draft Marvin Harrison Jr. Why? When this is like one of the deepest receiver classes of recent memory. You got a guy who ran a 4.21 who might not even be a first round pick.
Yeah. I mean, Rome Odunze is probably going in the top 10 as well. Keon Coleman.
Keon Coleman might be a second or third round pick. He ran like a 4.6, 4.40.
Yeah,
so he's definitely
AD Mitchell. I like his teammate a lot. Jatavion Sanders was a tight end. I would love for him to be here. I just don't think he gets past the second round, unfortunately. But I think that Sanders would be a great backup to Hunter Henry. So, unless they just keep Farrah Brown, who he played well in his limited role this past season, but if you can go get someone like Sanders or the kid from Penn State, Theo Johnson, that would be a steal for me.
Even in the mid rounds, Ricky Pearsall. Like if you saw his method,
I'm a UF guy. You ain't got to say, yep. I would love him there. Yeah,
absolutely crazy. He had he did like 21 on the bench press, wide receiver.
Crazy. Yep,
he ran like a 4.4 140, like a 42.5 inch vert.
So this is what's going to happen. We'll probably get the quarterback at 3. We're going to get Ricky Pearsall and Lad McConkey. We're going to get Lad.
Oh, Patriots again. Let's go.
And Aaron's going to sit there and text in September like, oh, you guys should have got something different.
They're different from Welker. And, Edelman was pretty fast, but they're different from them because they actually got elite athleticism. It's not like they're just slot guys or whatever. They actually got elite athleticism.
Right.
If we got Cooper DeJean, like it's like we find someone to get him in 34 as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we got all the white skill guys. We'll be an all-white Pro Bowl team.
I want Jeremiah Trotter from Clemson.
Oh, is that Trotter's his son? That's his son. Yeah,
he's nice.
Yeah, but granted, we're both of our teams are in position where we have to keep building through the draft. Like, we can sprinkle in free agency every now and then, but it's better to build through the draft. Make sure because that's what happened in that first dynasty for New England, getting guys like Daniel Graham, Asante Samuel, Vince Wilfork, Ben Watson. Like it was huge to get those guys because those guys played there for the next 5, 6, 7 years. And they was able to dominate. So
Brandon Merriweather,
Big Bang Clock, Merriweather, man, that was my guy. But he was stuck in the head for sure. But Belichick low-key liked them goons early on, man. He liked them goons, and Merriweather definitely fit the description. so I was like, ooh, that was tough. That was tough. Missed them days.
Yeah, the days are over.
You can just swing on somebody and be like, oh, it's whatever. Next play. Now you swing on somebody, it's a 10-game suspension. It's ridiculous. So I was like, anything else to touch on?
I'm just looking. I don't see anything yet. Kind of all the same stuff we've talked about.
Right. Well, as we're on, so as you see on the screen, just don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us on That's My Sports on YouTube. We have finally reached over the 100 subscriber mark, so thank you for those that have done that. Be a part of the next 100 and keep spreading the word. All of our social media handles are at the bottom on the ticker screen, rolling in that red and white. So just make sure that you do all that and keep spreading the word.
Yep. And this is my last episode on That's My Sports. So if anyone would like to come on as a special guest or whatnot, door is always open, just as long as you know how to talk on the mic and not talk like this. I'm pretty sure there's people lined up waiting for this. It's honestly been a pleasure doing this for the 4 years, creating That's My Sports, building it to the brand that we did. If anyone probably wondering why I'm leaving, it's just some personal issues that I'm going through. So I'm just trying to get that in order first before I come back in the podcasting scene. So, but fellas, it's been great time doing everything from the Shay and Aaron Show football specials and everything that we've done from the past of not seeing each other when we were doing episodes to now actually seeing each other on screens. So that's been a great transition.
Right. I was in caster where's your levels at? Is your levels good?
Yeah. Our levels
Hey,
good.
So. Oh my God. Oh.
Hey, no, let's give it up for Aaron because because That's My Sports wouldn't be where it is today. Like we're just talking about, just doing the live stream. Like you see the logo in the background, you see the StreamYard, the intro that we have.
Yep.
Wouldn't be like without that with Aaron. Like Aaron, different sports we're doing as well. Soccer, it's his idea to say hey, we should do a soccer podcast. Having just multiple guests, multiple people. Yeah, Aaron, congrats to you. Hope you get through what you're going through, and thank you for being with That's My Sports podcast and helping this grow. I met you through this show, so
pretty much.
Yeah, man, Aaron.
Yeah, no. I mean, like I say, it's different for me too, because obviously, we just took our conversations from college and brought it on air. Like that's what this was about at first. It was like, okay, we did this in Boomers downstairs in Dean College, eating chicken sandwiches and fries. So why not talk about it on air? So that chemistry was there from the jump. But like I said, I echo what Shay said. Like I said, this is not where it's at without your contributions. And like I said, so I'm forever grateful. And once again, the door is always open. So once again, take as long as you need, obviously, because you got to get right. You got to be the best version of yourself in order to keep doing what you want to do. So take all the time you need. But like I said, the door will be open. I know some have asked me, was this going to shut down? And I once again, I'm not going to lie, I went back and forth, but Shay and I will hold this down, and we can hold this down. So we're going to do that. Like I'm not giving this up. We're not giving this up. So yeah, we're going to keep listening, and we're going to hold it down for Aaron. I said whether he returns or not, but we're still going to kill it. And like I said, he's still going to be a champion for us, even in his absence. So that part is deeply appreciated. So, but yeah, forever grateful. Like I said, obviously we're still going to talk all the time. It's not like you're going off to Germany or something like that. He's still going to troll from his own account when we say certain things on online. And
Giants still going to be trash. I mean,
yeah. Still missing on Jaylen Brown going to Houston. So it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, so
Evan Ingram still going to be elite.
Glass hands.
So yeah, exactly. So I'm glad that we was able to get that guy. I didn't know if he was going to share that or not, so I'm glad that you shared that. But we I said couldn't do it without you. And like I said, we'll miss you obviously, but like I said we'll keep it going strong, for you in your absence.
Mm-hmm. Well, this has been another episode of That's My Sports, the three amigos. We'll see you guys when we see you, and as always, Black people matter.
Yes, sir.
Peace.